All right, so for my project, I did a recipe database. Um, so for my, to start out, I put in a few recipes, quesadilla, honey chicken, etc. I added some countries of origin where these recipes would come from and the list of ingredients. And so the idea is that if you had ingredients in your fridge or in your pantry and you didn't know what to cook, you would be able to look at, search, for ingredients and maybe country of origin, and you'd be populated with a list of um, recipes that you could use. So I guess the first thing we'll look at is just the recipe search. And you can type in ingredient. So let's just say cheese. We'll send a blank value for country of origin, and then we'll say we haven't cooked it before. And so we get a response of things that we haven't cooked that have cheese in them in our database. And so right now we see we have quesadilla and hachapuri for things that we haven't cooked yet but have cheese. So if we have cheese in the fridge, maybe make one of those. Also have in the ingredient database a bunch of each ingredient has their in-season dates. So you can put in, if you were going to go shopping or something, say, hey, what ingredients are in season right now, and search and say, oh, look, all of these items are in season. And so for this, I just put everything as in season year round. I use 2000 as a default year. So that's done in Spring Boot, setting that. But when you import it here, you'll just use the month and a day, because obviously the year doesn't matter for recipes being in season. Now, after you've cooked a recipe, you'll want to say that you've cooked it so that you're not getting the same result again and again. So we saw earlier that we've never cooked the quesadilla. Now we're going to say that we have cooked the quesadilla. So that's going to change that to true. So now if we have cheese in the fridge and we want to find something new that we haven't cooked before, we're just going to get hachapuri back and not quesadilla. So if you're adding a new recipe to this, maybe from a country that's not in the database. So maybe Canada has poutine. So you'll add Canada to the country database. And if we look in here, country of origin, and we refresh this, you can see that Canada's been added there. A few other things is adding a recipe or adding an ingredient to a recipe. So when you create a recipe, you're just going to put the name, the country of origin, and whether it's been cooked or not. And then ingredients. Let's see, that's not that one. Add ingredient. You'll say, if I want to add a new recipe called enchilada, and our country of origin is Mexico, and yes, we have cooked it before, we'll add that. And we're going to add the ingredients for that recipe. So recipe name is enchilada. And then we have tortilla in the database. So we'll add that. And we've added tortilla to our enchilada. And then let's see, we need cheese. Add that. And then beef. And so now we've added all of the ingredients to enchilada. The final thing we can do here is delete a recipe. So maybe we're allergic to something or we didn't like it. So, you know, we just want to get rid of it. So right now, if we look in our recipes, we'll refresh and we have enchilada. Has been cooked. It's from Mexico, just like the quesadilla. But say we don't like that, we'll go back and we'll delete it. So enchilada and spelled that wrong. Enchilada and execute. And then enchilada was removed from here. So go back to dbeaver, refresh that, and enchilada was removed. And then that's done. Even though it has a foreign key restraint, that's set up in the original table to be able to delete that on Cascade.